Right now, head on over to dailywire.com/subscribe. It is very important that you take advantage of the best Daily Wire sale of the year. 50% off membership. You get so much. All the docs, all the shows, forget about the other hosts. You get all of the all-access creme de la creme benefits with me, your beloved podcaster. So head on over, dailywire.com/subscribe. Lila Rose, I'm home again, Rose. Lila, wonderful to have you on the show. Thank you for being here.
Good morning, and I've got my pumpkin spice latte, so I am ready to go.
I am roiling with envy. It's simmering over, actually, just like that.
Gotta ask that producer to help you out.
Wow, but what do I have? I just have some, I don't know, millennial bubbly slop. So, Lila, really weird story. I wanted a female perspective on this. I'll just state the facts first before I get to my commentary. An ex-GOP congressional aide has mutilated herself. So she was found by police, and she had all of these scars all over her body, slices, lacerations, and the words Trump whore carved across her body. Trump whore. And she was zip-tied, and she was, I think, mostly clothed, but still, it was really horrifying. And she said that she was assaulted by 3 men who did this because she's a Trump supporter. She's worked for a Republican member of Congress. I think she's a law student now. And it turns out she did it herself. They found zip ties in her car. I think she was driving a Maserati. I think that was in some of the reporting. And she paid $500 to a fetish artist to carve her up. She's a very pretty girl, a beautiful girl. And she's now probably permanently mutilated herself for this hate. So all of the hate hoaxes in our lifetimes, virtually all of them, have come from the left. It's Jussie Smollett. He's walking around just trying to eat a Subway sandwich, and then a bunch of Nigerian white supremacists come up and say it's MAGA country. They're calling this woman Hussy Smollett, which is not very nice, but I'm a sucker for a good pun. And it's really bizarre. It's coming from the right, and part of my instinct, you know how much I love women. Part of my instinct is, man, women are crazier than I thought they were. I don't know. What am I to make of this, Lila?
I think you're right. They are crazy today. I mean, we always have the tendency to be crazy, but the girls today are not okay. That is an objective reality. And this is an example of it. And it is happening on both the right and the left. In this case, I think it's the extreme attention seeking that many young women are being, just from a very young age, they are being formed that this is the way they should be. I mean, think about social media, what it does to the female psyche. It's like constant comparison, constant attention, constant putting yourself out there via sexualization. I mean, the issue of OnlyFans today is obviously horrific. Young girls prostituting themselves. But in this case, what you're seeing too, Michael, which is really interesting here, is really people trying to cash in on being right-leaning or conservative or Trump supporting and making that their brand, and then obviously doing their own narcissistic spin on it. In this case with this girl, this horrific self-harm narcissistic spin where she's, literally injuring herself to get attention. And that's what this is. She's injuring herself to get attention. But it shows a culture shift because now it's actually popular to be on the right, and she's almost leaning into it to say, well, I'm being hurt for it, but it's actually part of some sort of a status symbol for her.
Go to stpaulcenter.com/America. America has reached a cultural and spiritual crossroads. People are looking for the truth. In their search, more and more people are turning to the Bible for answers. Bible Across America is a nationwide Bible study, biggest Bible study in the country, hosted by the St. Paul Center for Biblical Theology. 7-week Bible study exploring the personal challenge of affirming Christ as teacher and Lord. Join the movement and learn to share your faith confidently. It started November 5th. Certainly not too late to sign up. Do it right now. You go to stpaulcenter.com/America. I love the St. Paul Center. I was just at the St. Paul Center Gala. I have the study Bible that was the Ignatius Study Bible that was edited by Scott Hahn, who founded the St. Paul Center. It's one of 2 books on my desk at home. Unbelievable insights that can come from the St. Paul Center, especially at this moment where there's a big spike in Bible sales, a big spike in church attendance, a big interest in the eternal questions and returning to faith. Avail yourself of the best resources available. Go to stpaulcenter.com/America.
But it's actually part of some sort of a status symbol for her. So you could say, in one sense, the one silver lining of this story, Michael, if there is a silver lining, is that now it's mainstream to be on the right. It's much more mainstream than it's ever been. But is this how we're going to use and abuse that opportunity and how this young woman is? So the girls need help. I'm working on it, Michael. We're trying to help these girls, but it's rough out there because between social media, mental health issues, the spiritual crisis, the self-obsession is at an all-time high. And dealing with that is a very complicated problem. It's very tough, but it's doable. It's possible. We're going to win this, but it's going to take some time. And
I'm so glad you mentioned the silver lining because I didn't want to be the one to say it, but I did have the same reaction. Because you put it in really clear terms. The girl committed self-harm to get attention, which is a tale as old as time. That actually is something that like teenage girls and young 20s girls have done for a long time. What makes this weird? Well, one is the extreme lengths she went to, but actually what is weirder is this always comes from the left. It's always, a black girl saying white supremacists attacked her and it never happened. Or it's a girl saying some man attacked her, it didn't happen. Or because of toxic masculinity or whatever. Or it's a Democrat, it's Jussie Smollett saying, white supremacists came in the south side of Chicago and took my Subway sandwich because it's MAGA country. We never see this from the right. And to me, it's the same silver lining of the most recent season of South Park. Some conservatives took it in good fun. I think Charlie Kirk, who was parodied on it, he took it in good fun. But some conservatives said, why is South Park going after the right now? And I thought, well, it's actually a nice thing because South Park always goes after the regime. And so when the regime was woke, they went after woke and they had PC principle. When the regime was, run by just kind of libs, they went after the libs and Al Gore and, Man Bear Pig. And now the right kind of has political power, basically for the first time in my life. It has real institutional, cultural, popular political power. I guess that's a good thing. I want to get your take on the sort of self-obsession here. Did you see this woman who just went viral on TikTok for promoting her childless? For those who haven't seen it, here she is. If you're only listening, it says things that just make sense in my child-free life. Sleeping in as long as I want. Coffee breaks in peace. Disposable income. She has like weird sculptures, a hand sculpture. Always quiet, candles as plants. Watching cartoons because I want to. Oh my goodness. Never missing a brunch. Never missing a brunch because my time is all mine. My time is all mine. She's having some like Corpse Reviver or some kind of brunchy drink. Lila, your take?
I mean, if you want to eat at McDonald's every day and never have the experience of going to a steakhouse, I mean, that's not even the best comparison because you can't compare anything to family and love and relationships and children. There's no comparison. It's a new horizon of joy, a new horizon of meeting, a new horizon of responsibility, 100%. But the level of superficiality that this woman is celebrating as some sort of advantage to her, as some sort of amazing opportunity that she has, it's quite frankly depressing and sad to see. And it's back to what we were talking about earlier, Michael, the girls are not okay. And this girl her whole identity is making videos now for TikTok and going to brunches. Newsflash, when you're a mother, when you're a wife, you can still go to brunch. You can still watch cartoons with your kids. You can still do virtually everything in her video, except now you're surrounded by human love. You have someone that you're loving and being loved by, as opposed to being alone and ultimately, I think, miserable. When people are alone, the social data shows people get miserable. So I feel bad for her, but this is a trend. And again, it's TikTok likes. That's what this is about. Literally, it's a TikTok video. And she's not going to be happy. She's going to probably look back on this in 10 years or 15 years and say, oh my gosh, I can't have children anymore. And this is happening to so many women today. I can't have children anymore. What did I do with my life?
Go to balanceofnature.com. Use promo code Knowles. We all know that we should be eating more fruits and veggies. Are we actually doing it? That's the hard part. That's where Balance of Nature comes in. Balance of Nature's fruits and veggie supplements are the original way to get a balance of color, taste, and smell from whole foods in a convenient form. What makes them extremely versatile is you can take them however works best for you. You swallow the capsules with water, you chew them, you can even open them up and mix the powder into your food or drinks. Inside each capsule, you'll find ingredients from 16 whole fruits and 15 whole vegetables that have been freeze-dried and lab tested with no binders, fillers, or flow agents, just pure whole food ingredients ready to go wherever you do. Sometimes, I'm on the road. I'm not able to get all those fruits and veggies every single day. So Balance of Nature makes it super duper easy. And then we can all be Giga Chads. Around here, the office absolutely loves it. Go to balanceofnature.com, get your free fiber and spice supplement plus 35% off your first set as a new preferred customer using promo code Knowles, Knowles. This is what struck me. It was how TikTok-y it is in how on the nose it is. Like when people write in, they say, should I have kids? Should I get married? Whatever. I say, yeah, you should, because at a certain point, brunch just doesn't hit the same way it did 10 years ago. And she uses that example. She goes, but I love brunch. And I said, no, brunch is great, man. I've brunched
with your kids.
Yeah, you can go to brunch with your kids. Listen, I've brunched with the best of them. I used to do those boozy brunches, bottle of champagne to a man. Look, they're fun, but they're less and less fun over time. She says I have disposable income. And then she points at like really kitschy kind of ugly art. I don't mean to knock her taste, but it's like, you're not even using your disposable income in a good way. You're not even using your leisure time in a good way. And I guess what hits me about it, because plenty of women can't have kids. Plenty of couples struggle with infertility. There are women who want to get married who don't get married, and it just doesn't work out for them. And that's a fact of the fallen world. It doesn't happen a ton. It's not super widespread, though it's increasingly a problem. But that's a fact. And I was trying to think, okay, well, what is the difference between those? Let's say a couple that can't have kids, or, a woman who she really wants to get married and she's tried everything she can possibly try, and it just, for whatever reason, it just hasn't worked out. What's the difference between that woman, who will be alone for a lot of time in her apartment, and the woman on TikTok? And it seems to me the difference is the self-obsession. Everything that woman talked about was about her.
Yes. There's no soup kitchens in this video. There's no, I'm helping my little nieces and nephews on the weekend. Because you can be a single woman or a single man and live a beautiful, meaningful life. And you can actually have a vocation to celibacy even. Where you don't have biological children, or maybe you struggle with infertility and you're not able to have biological children, you can still live an incredibly meaningful life. But the common denominator always is human relationships. It's always responsibility for other people, being loved by other people and loving them back. And if you don't have that in your life, you're a hedonist materialist that is going to be miserable on an eternal level. And that's what this is, eternal consequences for this. And so that's why it's serious. We can laugh about a TikTok video, but it's a serious spiritual sickness and crisis, which needs people to be waking up from by saying, you're not going to be happy like this, and look at what you're missing out on.
Yes, it will rob you of all the joys. It will put you in a temporal, if not an eternal hell, but you will get as many mimosas as you want. So, you're kind of like on one.
I still go to brunch with my kids, okay? So that I don't buy the whole brunch is impossible with kids.
You could, that's true.
You could buying it.
You could do it. You should. I would recommend drinking less than a bottle of champagne per minute, but hey, you can still get half a bottle in. It's fine, especially if the diner is close by. Lila, marvelous to see you as always. Just a reminder, you do a billion different things, obviously with live action, with the podcast, but where can everyone find you?
Thank you. Well, liveaction.org is our website, and the Lila Rose Show, wherever you get your podcasts.
Go do it. Go do it right now, Lila. Lovely to see you. That was a great clip. Now stop. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Stop. Ring the bell. Subscribe. We'll see you next time.